Country people, una welcome to Totori News, where una go fit get all the latest news wey dey shele for we Nigeria, Africa and the rest of the world. Make una press the subscribe button and the bell wey dey waka near am for more Totori News. President Muhammadu Buhari don call on Nigerians, especially the elite, make dem take am jejeje on their criticism of im administration. Buhari tok dis one for inside Abuja wen e dey receive audience Reverend Yakubu Pam, wey be the executive secretary of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission, on security issue, especially the one for Northeast. Buhari come talk in form of question, come talk say what was the situation when we came. Come dey ask Nigerians make dem try ask people from Borno or from Adamawa for that matter, and even Yobe. Buhari come also dey assure talk say the welfare of internally displaced persons dey very important on the agenda of im government. E come dey commend the executive secretary on im appointment and activities on peace building around the country despite the short time wey im dey for inside office. For another tori, former governor of Anambra State Peter Obi don complain about the Nigerian leadership, come dey talk say the leaders lack capacity and character to lead. As e come talk dis one for inside one Zoom meeting wey dey organized by Dele Momodu of the Ovation magazine and Mazi Ezeoke Obi, come dey highlight incompetence, insecurity, unemployment and corruption as factors wey dey affect the growth of Nigeria. As e come dey talk on the theme, the second Never Again conference, 51 years after Nigerian Biafra civil war, Obi come dey ask Nigerians make dem dey prayerful. Come dey talk say Nigerians still get the same road wey go lead them to the same destination of 1967. Biafran war. As e come still dey talk dey go front, corruption na the worst today than e don ever be before. Na so Peter Obi talk am. Come dey call on elites to sit down and make dem pull the country out of the mess wey be say don dey consume everybody. For another tori, school owners under the umbrella of the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools (NAPS) don call on the government make dem keep schools open. Talk say the consequences of shutting them down dey more dangerous than the effects of the coronavirus pandemic wey the government dey try to combat. As I come dey talk during one Zoom meeting with stakeholders and journalists, the national president of NAPS, Otumba Yomi Otubele, come note talk say the palliative wey dem promised by the government last year under the survival fund barely scratch the surface. On how much wey members don lost during the last closure of schools, Otumbele come talk say practically dem lose everything. Otumbele come dey reason with the government say make dem balance between keeping alive and sustaining people's source of livelihood. For inside another tori, the Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Hassan Kuka, don talk say the wounds of the civil war never dey healed o. Kuka come disclose this one for inside one Zoom meeting wey dey organized by Dele Momodu of the Ovation magazine and Mazi Ezeoke. As e come dey speak on the theme, the second Never Again conference, 51 years after Nigerian Biafran civil war, the outspoken bishop come advise Nigeria make dem compile history of the country. Come dey no talk say make dem know the history wey go calm the taste of violence. E come dey highlight poor economic policy, insecurity and poor education, health system as issues wey dey winshi the country, and come dey advise the current administration make dem fix am. Make una no go anywhere, na still Totori News be this. Make we go drink water small before we come back. Make una remember say make una follow us for all our social media platforms, for Instagram, Twitter and even on Facebook, na Totori News. Oh yeah, we don come back. Make we dey waka dey go jejeje. For another tori, the Nigerian Communications Commission don talk say that they await the advice of the federal government as regards the deadline for the integration of subscriber identification modules with valid national identity numbers. They can also talk say earlier say they announced deadline wey dem talk still dey in force despite the clamor for extension or outright suspension of the registration process. Calls for deadline extension dey mainly due to the large crowds wey dey gather daily for the various offices of the National Identity Management Commission. The Director of Public Affairs (NCC) Ikechukwu Adinde come tell reporters talk say no deadline extension don dey approved. Commenting on the development, the National Coordinator Alliance for Affordable Internet, Olushola Teniola, come talk say the massive crowd for NIMC offices show talk say e go dey tough to register and integrate all SIMs with valid NINs. For another tori, Team of experts from the World Health Organization don show face for inside Wuhan to probe the origins of the coronavirus more than a year after they emerge, as China don report their first death from COVID-19 in 8 months. The 10 scientists wey land for their much-delayed mission met by Chinese officials for inside hazmat suit, and they can't give them throat swabs on arrival, and were weeks for inside one hotel where they must complete their 2-week quarantine before they go start their work. The WHO con tok say that they establish the pathway of the virus from animals to human. It is essential to prevent future outbreak. The trip come as China come move to snuff for fresh cluster of the virus. Now, so we see am on top today. Amebo. Make una no forget to subscribe. Make una follow us for all our social media platforms, for Instagram, Twitter, and even on Facebook. Na Totori News. Until we come our way next time on our World Dog.